I just remember being in jail and just thinking, yo, I need to get out. And I used to be on the wing doing pads, so I'd make a couple of guys hold the pads and stuff. And then I just remember telling them, when I get out, I'm gonna take it serious. I'm gonna turn pro. If you work hard, it will come. I'm coming to take my division. I'm coming to rip them titles off whoever's got them titles, and it's not personal, it's just business. If you feel like you ain't got no one there for you, you go to the roads and you find friends on the roads, because that's what I did. I was in a hostel, I went outside, I just wanted to be around my boys that are doing the same as me. We're all trying to make money, we're all broke, we're all outside, you know. So I go to a gym, because there's a family at the gym. Once you start training with people and you're working hard every day, you all got to get the same goals, you become a family. Do you know what I mean? You care for them like your cousins or your brothers, or your dad or your uncle, do you know what I mean? So go to the gym and try to find a different way. At school, I was a bit of a problem child, so I'd always be getting in trouble. I'd always be fighting my schoolmates. And then when I got old enough and I was a bit out on the streets all the time, I'd be fighting on the streets. That's what I was kind of known for, just fighting all the time, always fighting. So my brother took me down to, I started at Rick Manners. It got me into it. I had one fight as an amateur, and it was an unlicensed one. And yeah, that's when I got the love for the sport. And then I started, like, I was 12 when I fought, and then I had kids 2 years later, twins, and I was in year 9 then. And then when I had twins, that's when I started thinking different and then going down the wrong path. And then, yeah, I went down the wrong path. I started smoking and drinking at a young age, and I had another kid at 15, and I was just basically on the streets. Like, I was boxing as well, in and out of the gyms, but when I would go to the gym, I'd see like Jack Bates, and I'd see Kez Ashfaq, I'd see Conor Loftus. These guys would be fighting all the time, you know, like in the ABAs. This is what I should have been doing, but I'd be missing for 3 weeks, then I'd go to the gym, I'd train with them, then I'd be missing again, and then I'd go to the gym. But in this time, I'm getting locked up on doing all the wrong stuff, do you know what I mean? And I'm around the wrong people, because where I was growing up, Chapeltown, we don't really have no role models telling you good things to do. All you're seeing is nice cars, nice clothes, you know, drugs, all that stuff. So everyone you're looking up to is not a good role model. So if you're a kid, you follow what you know and what people are showing you. So yeah, that's what I was doing. I was going down the wrong path, following all that stuff. And then I went to jail. I think I was 18. Was I 18? I think I was 18 when I went to jail. I was 17, I might have been 17. Went to jail, I did 11 and a half months then for drugs. And then I came out, and I was still boxing as well, like training, not fighting. And then I went back, I got recalled for 4 months. And I just remember being in there when I got recalled, and I just said, this ain't the life for me. Do you know what I mean? I just thought, I need to do something that's gonna earn me some good money, show my kids, that's the main thing. Because I can't just be one of them dads, oh yeah, my dad's in jail, yeah, my dad's, you know what I mean? And it wasn't just what I was going through, it was things that was happening around me, like my friends getting locked up. A few of my friends are locked up for there was a lot of gang issues, like murders and guns and all this. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's like made me realise, because I learned from what's going on around me. So I knew that if I didn't change my life, I'd probably be in jail for a very long time. So I had to change my life. And then yeah, I just remember being in jail and just thinking, yo, I need to get out. And I used to be on the wing doing pads, so I'd make a couple of guys hold the pads and stuff. And then I just remember telling them, when I get out, I'm gonna take it serious. I'm gonna turn pro. A few of them were like, oh, we'll see, because obviously they know what I've been doing and what I was about and all that stuff. So some people didn't take me serious, but when I got out, that was my main thing. And then I rang Jack. When I got out of jail, I rang Jack, because I've always been able to spar, handle myself everywhere I've gone. So I rang Jack, and then I said to Jack, I want to turn pro. Jack was like, really? because even Jack knows what I've been doing, obviously, and people that was around, the gangs, it was all, everyone really knows what was going on back then. So, and then I'm like, yeah, I want to turn pro, I'm going to take it serious. Can you ring your dad for me? Because I've always been close with Jack and Mark and all that from when we used to be younger, and his uncle. So yeah, I rang him, I said, he put me through to his dad. I said, oh, Mark, I want to turn pro. He's like, really? I said, yeah. He's like, all right, come down to the gym. So then I started going back to the gym, Birmintoffs again. And then I was training, it was hard. I remember when I started taking it serious, it was hard because it wasn't just hard, the training was hard. It was a life adjustment. So now I've took myself away from my friends. I've took myself away from running around every day, smoking, drinking, frigging doing this, doing that. Do you know what I mean? Doing whatever things I was doing that I shouldn't be doing. I took myself away from that. So a lot of people was surprised. My close friends are with me through anything I do. My close friends are there for me. You know what I mean? So a lot of people were surprised that I was changing my life. A lot of people weren't happy. Some people were happy. So yeah, I stuck in the gym. And then I got closer with Mark, and I was living at my mum's house then, and I said to Mark, I need to move out the area so I could concentrate, because there was still a lot of stuff going on, you know, with all that, the gangs and all this stuff. So I moved out of my mum's house, and I moved into one of Mark's properties, my manager's properties, and from that day, I've never looked back. I've just been grinding hard. Don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I might, out of camp, I might, you know, go out or whatever, or sometimes eat too much, put a bit of weight on, but my main focus is boxing. So since then, my whole life's just changed. Even to myself, I'm unrecognizable. Sometimes I'm just thinking, like, how was I like that in the past, you know what I mean? But the main thing for me now is showing people where I come from that there's a way out if you put hard work and dedication. I'm not even there yet, but I know I'm gonna be there. Like, I know I'll be at that level where people will think, yo, he actually, even people think it now, I've turned my life around, but people will think, yo, he's turned it, he's done it, do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's my motivation.
So as you leave prison, I guess the easy option probably would be to go back into that old way of life, because you know the easy cash and whatever. You choose boxing because you said you want to make it legitimate. At what point do you realise that, yeah, I've called Jack and said I want to be a pro? At what point did you realise that you could actually be a pro and make a career of it?
I knew I could always fight, and then I'd be sparring. So like, I'd say a pro comes down and I get a call, come spar this guy, or my friends that are pros, I'd spar them, and I'd just be like, yo, you're sick, do you know what I mean? And then I just knew I could do it. I knew I could not. I've got that heart in it, that dog in me, so I know that I can. For someone to beat me, you need to be more game than me, and I don't know anyone more game. Do you know what I mean? So I ask anyone. You can ask Jack. You can ask my trainers. Even when I'm out of shape and I have to spar someone that's in shape, ready to fight, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna bang him. I'm gonna fuck him up. You get me? Sorry for the language, yeah. But then when I'm in shape, I'm just unbeatable. I feel like I'm unbeatable anyway. I want to win the spars. I want to do the best in tech sparring. I want to look the best on a bag. The only person who's faster than me at running is Jack. Yeah, I want to beat him. Like, that's my next goal. But yeah, I just want to be the best. So I just knew that I could do it, and now it's gonna show. Like, I'm only 28. I just turned 28 2 weeks ago. And I'm at a good stage, like what you said, that springboard stage. I just need to win this title fight, and then hopefully straight on. I want to be fighting for the British title within the next 18 months.
You said you've got that dog in you. When you do get tired, when you do get hurt, how do you push through that?
That's what it is, the dog. Like, if someone hurts me, I don't think, oh, let me move or whatever. I'm just thinking, I'm gonna hurt you back, you know what I mean? And when I say the dog in me, right, you got a lot of boxers that are good boxers, very good boxers, but they don't have the dog in them. So like, you got BP Davis, he's got the dog in him. He's a good boxer, but he comes from the street. He comes from the gutter. You know, you can see it in Mike Tyson dogging him there again. Them guys come from the gutter. It's built within it. Somewhere that you're not just a good boxer. You can actually have like in the street, you would be a rough fighter, and that's why I believe that I edge. Because I've seen it in sparring. Some top guys, I'm not gonna say no names, but some top guys I do spar that are top prospects, and when they get hurt, they look scared. Whereas if they hurt me, I'm just onto them to hurt them back. You get me? And that's the difference. And when obviously you're sparring 16-ounce gloves, 14-ounce gloves, head guard and that. But when these things happen in a fight, that's when you're gonna see who's the boys and who's the men. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So what scares you?
Nothing. No one scares me. I don't have no one scares me. There's no one that can scare me.
How have you built that into your mind?
It's just my upbringing, really. That's made me a bit more. I believe what will be, and everyone's human, innit? We're all bleed, so we all have. Like, I believe like getting fit for a fight is go get fit, innit? And then you come in to have a fight. Even though it's the skill involved because we're boxers, but you come. That's what we're doing. We go where we get fit. We come to have a fight. You can only get so much fit, and you can only get so much fit. Then you come, and your skills are what's gonna make you, win on the night. But my upbringing definitely plays a part because my mum was a very she was a feared person. You know what I mean? So when I was at home, getting beats off my mum was the scariest thing ever. But then after a while you get older and it's like, yo, and it makes you who you are. Obviously it's not nice to beat kids, in it. Obviously my mum's from St. Kitts, so my dad's Jamaican, my mum's from St. Kitts, so they grew up getting beats. Like, black people get licks. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't blame it. It's just a way of teaching kids. But yeah, I got licks growing up, so it made me tough. Do you know what I mean? And my bigger brothers used to beat me up if I was bad, so that's what made me kind of not really be scared of no one.
So how do you look back at Ishmael at 15 years old, 16 years old, and for kids who are in that position, what advice would you give them? What would you tell them to do with their lives?
I'd give them the same advice that I give my kids, because I take my twins, they go jiu-jitsu, and my young son, he goes football, and I'm there for them so much. Like, if my parents were there for me, I'd have probably never gone down that road. But my parents are good parents. I'm not saying that they're not, but they could have done more, as in paths I wanted to go down. So my children want to go down these paths, and all I say to them is, if you work hard, it will come. Obviously, things can happen. You can get injured. Like, you need a bit of luck on your side as well. Like, things cannot, the luck can't be on your side at all times. So things can actually happen. But if you put your all into something that you want, something's got to give. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I'd tell him. I'd just tell him that there's plenty more ways. Like, even when I was younger, it was about money, because I grown up, my parents didn't really have much. I had a lot of brothers and sisters, so my mum, she had to cater for all of us. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, when I started making money on the roads, I just thought, yo, I can actually get rich like this. But then you realise as you get older, when you're young you don't care, but then when you realise when you get older, like, I need legitimate money, I need to have something to give to my children. Because I grew up with a lot of my friends' dads being in and out of jail, drug dealers, and then I grew up around a lot of people that parents are legit, and they leave stuff for their kids, or they show their kids that there's a way, like, they have a different upbringing to us basically, and they go college, they get good jobs, they drive nice cars, they buy houses, We didn't have none of that growing up, so we didn't have no one around us buying houses, we didn't have no one with jobs, everyone's just on dole, everyone's just basically just drug dealing, you know what I mean? Everyone's just trying to compete with everyone, this and that. So yeah, now I'm around more people, like even my manager, Mark Bates, and he's like a good role model for me. I've seen a lot, like he works hard, and he reaps the rewards, you know what I mean? So it's like, that's what you need a role model, innit? As a child, you need a role model. You need to see it happening with someone else. You need to know that, yo, if I follow them, then I can do that. So yeah, that's what I'd tell them.
You're at that stage now where you are getting spoken about more. You're on a big Probellum show. How are you managing wanting to go for everything right now and being patient? How are you sort of finding that balance?
I know it's gonna come, so I'm very confident in my own ability. I train very hard. My trainer Keith, if we're not working hard and we're not taking it seriously, he'll tell us like, go train by yourself. So every day we have to make sure we're getting everything right. I'm a big believer in law of attraction, so I visioned it happening. I know where I'm going, and yeah, that's what gives me the drive, knowing that I can actually change my life. Do you know what I mean? And I will change my life. Obviously, my next fight should be for Central area, but I picture myself holding up bigger belts. I know I'll get the British. Like that's where I'm at now, believing that I'll be picking up the British title. Obviously, I'm not with like a big promotional company now, like Sky or Matchroom or Frank Warren or no one like that. But I think whichever one of them get a hold of me, they'll be very, pleased. And I'm coming to take my division. I'm coming to rip them titles off whoever's got them titles, and it's not personal, it's just business. But trust me, when I come in front of you, whoever I go in front of, they're gonna know. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm going to the top, I think.